right? We have done with extracellular respiration. We just started cellular respiration yesterday. The second phase. What is it also called? I told you yesterday. Catabolic process or catabolism. From same point of view can also be called breakdown process. Destructive process. What should be constructive process in this regard, Nana? Anabolism. And during this breakdown, you are going to find release of energy. Therefore, it is as well called exergonic process. What does exergonic mean, Nana? Energy releasing or energy consuming?
Energy releasing, sir.
Energy releasing. You can as well call it exothermic. Heat also liberated, Nana, during the process. In fact, much of energy of the glucose is wasted as heat, Nana. Only about 42% is actually usable by the organism. That we discuss later. Okay. So what happens during cellular respiration? I told you yesterday, it is biological oxidation or biological combustion, biological burning, you can otherwise call, Nana. Or combustion or burning of food materials. If so, how does it differ from the normal consumption, normal combustion, Anna? Normal combustion is not stepwise, number one. Two, all energy released as heat only. Released is heat only. So it is at a time. Whereas biological oxidation is, on the other hand, a stepwise process. Energy released is partly used for ATP, partly used in ATP formation, and partly as heat. In fact, major part is as heat. Here, entire thing was heat. Now, energy of ATPs. What is going to happen, Nana? Utilized by the organism as and when required, wherever required. That's why ATPs were also called what, Nana? Energy currency of the cell. Okay to rub off this part?
Yes, sir.
See, Nana, how interesting the respiration process is. It is also burning of food materials, burning of substances only. But this burning is occurring stepwise, and moreover, energy released is not all as heat. A part of it goes into ATPs. You know, what was ATP reservoir in the cell, Nana? Remember? A part of mitochondrion, the stroma, was called reservoir of ATPs because ATPs are formed in the stroma of, that is the matrix of mitochondrion. And what is the advantage of ATPs, Nana? ATPs are easy to be transported. ATPs are easy to be transported. And quickest source of energy, easy to be broken also. So the energy of ATPs is used by the organism for what purposes we were talking about? For various life activities. The third thing is here in biological oxidation, carbon-carbon bonds are broken to release energy. So the difference of a normal combustion and biological combustion or biological oxidation. Then next, subheading, substrate of respiration. Substrates of respiration. The substances utilized here, substrates, include, list out in this order, Nana, because 2 columns we are going to write the points. 1, carbohydrates. 2, fats. 3, proteins. And 4th, in certain plants under certain conditions, some other organic acids. You say organic acids otherwise. Better, I think, that way. Organic acids like malate, oxaloacetate, tartaric acid. Leave some space, that's it, Nana, when you're writing. Among these substrates, preference of the organism, if you take preference is first is this, Nana. Next is this. In the absence of carbohydrates, they prefer fats. In the absence of fats, they prefer proteins. And these are under, in certain plants, under certain situations. In certain plants, under certain conditions. Important to remember this aspect, Nana. Certain conditions. Then, amount of energy wise, if you take. Yes, Nana? Amount of energy per molecule, for example, if you take. In the order of, suppose you take. First is, highest is fats, followed by proteins, followed by carbohydrates. See the Nana, amount of energy wise. More in fats, then proteins, then carbohydrates. But burning is concerned, a different situation. Amount of energy in terms, no data available here, we leave it. Could you read this, Nana? A bit small letters I wrote in order
yes,
to...
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So, organism first prefers carbohydrates, Nana. In the absence of that only, they use fats. So, in order to burn fats, what we have to do is stop taking carbohydrates. That's what is done in dieting, isn't it? To burn the fat, what we need is reduce the carbohydrate intake. Automatically, body will use fats. Next in the order only proteins, and organic acids is a special case in certain plants under certain conditions. That's important to remember, Nana. There can be question as it is. And even within carbohydrates, the process always starts with glucose, Nana. Among the substrates, quickest source of energy means glucose. Any other form you take, first it should be converted into glucose, Nana. So that itself is a process, we call it digestion, requiring time. That's the reason why saline water containing glucose is directly injected into blood if the person is not able to digest all these. And moreover, a patient, a person who is very weak, is directly given with glucose into the blood. Reason, that becomes the quickest source of energy. Anything else is given, it has to be digested, then converted, then used for energy release. And that way, importance for sweets also, Nana. Sweets are sugars, carbohydrates, glucose is a sweet only. quickest source of energy. So that has importance from other point of view also. When we offer the guest with sweets first, not knowing the condition of the guest. So it is good always. Got it, Nana? Now, let's go to the types of respiration. The types of cellular respiration. Shall I rub off this part? Is it okay up to this? Up to this, okay, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Types of respiration. Better you make 2 columns, Nana. Easy to understand also. Tell me, Nana, what are the kinds of respiration based on the utilization of oxygen? It is purely. Can you guess and tell me? What are the 2 kinds of respiration, Nana?
Aerobic and anaerobic.
Simple. First, we have anaerobic, so therefore we go this way. So straight point is in the absence of O2. In presence of O2. It involves incomplete oxidation. Partial breakdown only. Whereas it is complete oxidation. All the energy released. Here, glucose is broken down into ethyl alcohol or lactic acid plus may or may not be carbon dioxide. Energy released is 56 kilocalories. Here, glucose completely oxidized, broken into carbon dioxide and water plus 686 kilocalories. See the difference now. Glucose has 686 kilocalories, Nana, but out of that, only 56 kilocalories is released, which accounts for about 7% of energy of glucose. And here, 100% energy of glucose released. All that energy released. But problem is, out of the 56 kilocalories, if you take, Nana, out of that also only some amount is ATP's usable form. Each ATP has 7.6 kilocalories, Nana. So 2 into 7.6 kilocalories is usable form of energy. We call it chemical energy. Usable energy. Remaining out of 56 calories, you can imagine. So it's approximately how much, Nana? 15.2 kilocalories. Out of 56, 15.2 kilocalories only usable. So it is accounting for 15.2 kilocalories. What about the remaining out of 56 kilocalories? How much will be remaining, Nana? 41.8, I think, isn't it? Is wasted as heat. See the efficiency. And if it is the question of out of 686 kilocalories there in the glucose, remaining where it is means it is there in the substrate, Nana, alcohol or lactic acid that is having. So on burning of that, you can get remaining energy. That's a different question. But out of 56, so this 56 kilocalories, better you write this way, which is accounting for 7% of energy of glucose. Here, 100% energy of glucose released. But again, there also you have a problem. So usable is how much, Nana? 15.2. Remaining wasted is 41.8 kilocalories. Whereas out of 686, about 300 change kilocalories, Nana, which accounts for 38 ATPs. About 42%. You can calculate because each ATP has 7.6 kilocalories. Is chemical energy. Usable energy. Which is usable. So remaining the major account, that's about 58% is wasted as heat. So efficiency of even aerobic respiration is 42%. But of course, anaerobic respiration is still less than 7% of energy released. Out of that also, only 15.2 kilocalories available. 15.2 kilocalories accounts for how much percentage out of 56? Tell me, Nana. %, I think. Huh? Approximately 25% is only usable form. So 75% energy is wasted. This accounts for about 75% of energy released is wasted. 58% of energy released is wasted. This is the reason, Nana, where fermentation process going on, heat generated. Fermentation by yeast, for example, you take, or any flour which is made wet to be used, the dough, which we call it, used in making idli or dosa, we keep overnight, allow the yeast or the bacteria to grow there, cause fermentation process. And
Yes.
you now notice heat generating, that becomes warm. You observe?
Yes, sir.
And of course, normal temperature conditions. If you keep that in refrigerator, there no activity is possible, no fermentation possible. If you want to halt the fermentation process, we preserve it in refrigerator. If we want the process to go on, like certain flours, dough, which is used in idli, dosa, etc., we keep outside overnight. So 7% of glucose only released here, 100% of glucose released. Out of that 7%, usable is only 15.2 kilocalories, 25%. Remaining 75% of the energy release wasted. Here, of course, only about 42% of energy release is used, and 58% is wasted as heat. Heat generation during respiration is because of this reason, Nana. Whenever any infection in our body, rise in temperature, you notice what for, our body to fight with the infection shows high rate of respiration, Nana. So pulse also will increase. High oxygen supply is required there. And naturally, rise in the temperature also you notice. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's it. Then steps of anaerobic, that is another important thing. Anaerobic involves 1. Glycolysis, 2. Fermentation, which may be alcoholic fermentation or lactic acid fermentation. 2 steps are there. Whereas aerobic respiration involves 4 steps, Nana. 1, glycolysis. So in any case, glycolysis is common for both. So first we are going to discuss glycolysis and then fermentation for this weekend. 2, followed by link reaction. What is that? We discuss in detail later. Followed by TCA cycle. Have you heard about it, Nana? Which is also called Krebs cycle. Then final, electron transport system, ETS in short. Electron transport system, which is otherwise called oxidative phosphorylation. I think bottom line, are you able to see, Nana?
No, sir.
Is it okay up to this? ETS?
Yes, sir.
Can read ETS. Otherwise, do one thing. Oxidative phosphorylation, we call it. In short, ETS. The steps of anaerobic, the steps of aerobic. Anaerobic doesn't require mitochondria. Aerobic requires mitochondria and also some part in cytoplasm. Bottom line kanpistunda nana, or should I take a photograph and post in the group?
Visible, sir.
Visible, okay, very good. Oxidative phosphorylation, ETS. Third step, TCA cycle or Krebs cycle. So 4 steps there, 2 steps here. What is common for both, Nana?
Glycolysis.
Glycolysis. So now anaerobic respiration first. Is incomplete oxidation or partial oxidation occurs in the absence of O2 involves A. Glycolysis, B. Fermentation. Organisms respiring anaerobically, what should they be called, Nana?
Anaerobe.
Yes. Are called anaerobes. And there are 2 kinds there. Facultative anaerobes. Write the same order now, flowchart form. Obligate anaerobes. Can you distinguish these two types, Nana? How is the difference between them? Facultative are those which live as anaerobes but can change their mode to aerobic also. Mainly anaerobic, but change to aerobic also. In fact, that change to aerobic is called Pasteur effect. Live as anaerobes, but can shift in presence of O2 to aerobic. In presence of O2. So O2 presence becomes inhibitory to fermentation. Therefore, O2 inhibitory to fermentation. In order to conduct fermentation, the yeast are to be grown under anaerobic conditions. That's very, very important. Liquor manufacturing breweries and bakeries, they are to be grown under anaerobic conditions. They prefer to grow more in anaerobic conditions. O2 is inhibitory to fermentation. Reported by Pasteur. Louis Pasteur and called Pasteur effect. Reported by Pasteur and called Pasteur effect. That is shifting from anaerobic to aerobic suddenly. Example, which organism, Nana? Yeast. Tell me scientific name. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Saccharomyces and Ascomycete. And that in fact was unicellular Ascomycete.
Yes.
Obligate anaerobes cannot live in presence of O2. Can't live in presence of O2. So live exclusively as anaerobes. If properly aerated, ventilated area does not allow these organisms to grow, which are harmful actually for us. So therefore, we need proper ventilation or aeration we talk about in order to prevent their growth. Example is Clostridium. Like Clostridium tetani, tetanus causing. In fact, when unicellular organisms originated, that was completely anaerobic environment, Nana. So first celled organisms origin was in anaerobic condition only. Very important to remember. Find from textbook. ఒక్క నిమిషం. Okay, Nana? Unicellular, first unicellular organisms originated was under anaerobic conditions only. Under anaerobic conditions only. Find from textbook as it is, Nana. Be careful about this. Important. So now, let's go with glycolysis.
Sir?
Yes, Nana?
Sir, obligate anaerobes are the one which can't live in the absence of O2, sir.
Presence of O2, Nana. Obligate anaerobes can live only under anaerobic conditions. If oxygen is there, it is toxic. They can't live. They die. That's why presence of O2, they can't live. They live exclusively as anaerobes. That's why obligate anaerobes. Facultative anaerobes. Got it, Nana?
Yes, sir.
So better you write this, otherwise live exclusively as anaerobes. So step 1 of anaerobic respiration, glycolysis. Term derived from two Greek words, Nana. Glykis, which means sweet. Lysis. Tell me, what does lysis mean?
Destruction of.
Yes, breakdown. So it is sweet breakdown. Sweet breakdown in the sense, don't mistake it as breakdown is very sweet, Nana. Sweet is undergoing breakdown. It starts with glucose. Always. It is also called EMP pathway. Named after the discoverers, Nana. Discoverers. Emden. Meyerhoff. Paranas. So named after those three scientists, it is EMP pathway in short. Also called common respiratory pathway. Can you guess why is it so? Can you guess, Nana, why it is so?
Occurs in both anaerobic and anaerobic.
Core respiration, for the same reason. Common respiratory pathway or core respiration, because it is common for aerobic and anaerobic. It is a must. After that, the product may undergo to the Fermentation side if it is anaerobic conditions, or other steps if it is aerobic conditions. It is also called hexose diphosphate pathway. Because the main intermediate is going to be a hexose with 2 phosphates. Hexose diphosphate pathway because.
So once can you repeat the reason why it is called common respiratory pathway?
Common respiratory pathway because it is common for aerobic and anaerobic.
Okay, okay.
As well, core respiration. It is core part of respiration. Hexose diphosphate pathway because main intermediate is hexose 6-carbon sugar with 2 phosphates. That is fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. It is a fructose 6-carbon sugar with 2 phosphates at first and 6th position of it. It starts with glucose, irrespective of nature of substrate. It always starts with glucose. So any substrate you provide, it must be converted into glucose, irrespective of nature of substrate. It always starts with glucose. Other substrates may give rise to glucose or intermediates of the pathway. Other substrates, be it starch or protein or fat or organic acid. Convert into glucose or intermediates of this pathway. Glycolysis does not evolve CO2, use O2. No O2 utilization, no CO2 release during this process. It involves 1 oxidation. That is important in terms of energy. And there are 10 biochemical reactions. in it. What are they? Stepwise we go. If starch is the substrate, as in the case of plants, in plants especially, sorry. Is the board okay now?
Yes, sir.
In plants, because the main reserve food is starch, we know. Starch is hydrolyzed this is also important point, Anna, into glucose plus fructose. Both are 6 carbon. First into sucrose. Sorry. Into sucrose, which is a disaccharide, which is hydrolyzed into a glucose, 6 carbon sugar, and a fructose. By the enzyme, important Nana, invertase. And the glucose and fructose can now take part in glycolysis. Glucose and fructose can take part in glycolysis. The so-called EMP pathway. Now, this part is simple, Nana. Glycolysis, 10 biochemical reactions in an order we write. For each reaction, a particular enzyme is there. So, thingy is the enzyme name and the reaction, what does it involve, is to be memorized. And enzymes names is concerned, will not be a problem to you. Easy. So, we are going to write 10 biochemical reactions from top to bottom. Go to full scape page, new page, Nana. So this part is major, Nana. Board exam calls point of view also. 8 marker question being asked on glycolysis. Generally, one 8 marker will be asked from physiology, compulsorily from photosynthesis or respiration, and mostly asked is glycolysis only. So 10 biochemical reactions, what are they is to be seen. In plant starch into sucrose, which then into glucose and fructose by the enzyme invertase. Every possibility of a question, neat point of view from this. So reactions we are going to write now. Full scale page, Nana, top to bottom. Okay to rub up to this part?
Yes.
Only glycolysis is major part for us. Fermentation is equally important, but it doesn't take much time, just 5 minutes. So write glucose. How many carbon is glucose? You know very well. It is 6 carbon. Moreover, it occurs in cytoplasm, Nana. That is also important. Does not require mitochondria. In cytosol part. Even if I say cytoplasm, there is a possibility of misleading because organelles are also part of cytoplasm. Cytosol part, other than organelles of the cell, which is as well called cytoplasmic matrix or hyaloplasm. Cytoplasm is into two parts we divide. Organelles one side, cytosol other side. So in that cytosol, which has several enzymes, it will undergo. It doesn't require mitochondria, Nana. Very important to remember. It occurs in cytosol part of the cell and not in mitochondria. Better you emphasize on this. So, reaction 1. Phosphorylation. Knows anybody what does phosphorylation mean? Addition of phosphate to substrate. So here, a phosphate is added to glucose from ATP when it becomes ADP. You get naturally glucose 6-phosphate. So 6 carbons, 1 phosphate. Wherever ATP used, remember Nana, easy for enzyme name, end with kinase, to that you add substrate name. So enzyme is hexokinase. It requires metal ion cofactor Mg+2. Remember mineral nutrition chapter when we talked about magnesium, we said activator of hexokinase in respiration.
Yes.
The very first step of glycolysis. Actually, about minerals, discussion should have been after this. Then could be easy for you to. But whatever it is, now also should not be a problem. Then second bio. Yeah, Nana.
So phosphor is added to the ATP if it is converted into ADP.
Correct. No, Nana. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. It has lost a phosphate. To whom? Glucose. So became
ADP.
Triphosphate became diphosphate. So its phosphate gone into this.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Second, I'll stop with second, and I think time is also getting up. Second is isomerization. Nothing but intramolecular shift. We know what is isomerization involving so many kinds, but it is simply intramolecular shift resulting in the formation of fructose 6-phosphate. So glucose converted into fructose, literally no change in number of carbon atoms and no change in phosphates in it. Wherever isomerization, remember Nana, enzyme name is going to be isomerase. To that you can add substrate name, that is glucose. So glucose 6-phosphate isomerase or hexose isomerase, either of the ways you can call. Got it, Nana? Easy to remember enzyme name. Isomerization, isomerase. At the most, you can add substrate name to that. If you remembered, hexokinase was example to you in biomolecules of first year in 2 ways. It is also called glucose 6-phosphate-transferase. Its enzyme commission code was 2712. Under biomolecules you came across. And it was also an example under feedback inhibition, allosteric inhibition. So related to hexokinase, feedback inhibition, it was example which is otherwise called allosteric inhibition. Then enzyme commission code 2712, its code number. Code of enzyme commission. It is only link based. Just for idea's sake, I'm telling you, Nana. Because whenever we say hexokinase, we remind you 2 things. It undergoes feedback inhibition by glucose 6-phosphate, and its enzyme commission code is 2712. What do 2712 represent, Nana? Second class, under that 7th subclass, under that first subclass, under that serial number is 2. In biomolecules, under enzymes, you came across about this. Only to remind you that. Okay, Nana?
Yes, sir.
We continue tomorrow, okay? So, no O2 evolved in this, no CO2 evolved in this, no O2 used also in this. And this occurs in cytoplasm, does not require mitochondria. Which part of cytoplasm means? Cytosol part.
So time completed.
Yes, Nana. Yes, Nana. We stop here. We continue tomorrow. Not a problem. Remaining steps easy to go ahead, Nana. Maybe taking for us 20 minutes, then 5 minutes of fermentation. So that up to that. We have aerobic respiration introductory points, including a step, second step, that is link step also, Nana, for this weekend. So those who have finished can leave.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, Geta.